Okay, guys, thanks for joining us here in the charts. This is the Market Beast, Napoleon Macro. Apple appears to be under pressure, or is it? I'm going to show you something in the chart that suggests that Apple is going to do something within the next week that it has already done in the past, or it's going to do something that's out of the ordinary and break through a challenging range that it's been fighting with for weeks up to months from now. So we're going to go over that. Welcome back, loyal family. If you're new here, welcome to the story of price action only. Let's dive right into the charts here, shall we? All right, so today is July the 15th, 2021, and the current price of Apple, $148.45, slightly negative 0.4% for the day. Okay. All right, welcome back, ASMR. Here's the chart. Okay, so I just made like a little bit of color coordinations going on for you. Really simple. The buyers stepping in every time the market gets within this buyer's range here. And of course, the same thing just above the price there, outlined in red. Sellers supplying the supply for the market. It was basically a demand and supply. I should put just demand and supply, but just put buyers and sellers, make it easy, less complicated. So right now, the banks have accumulated in the buyer's range, and they're now supplying the market just near the current level. I think the thumbnail suggests 1 week for Apple for a make or break or something like that. Here's the reason that I say that. I'll explain it for you. Very, very simple to understand, okay? The only thing that I'm doing is I'm going by 2 reference points. And again, this is all under the assumption, which I think is pretty clear for me to see, that the buyers have accumulated within this range and that the sellers are supplying in this ascending range, a little ascending sellers channel, supply channel, whichever one, okay? So what we do is we go back in, there's a weekly candles here, okay? I'm always looking at the weekly candles, guys, in like the 3-day. So the first thing I want to bring your attention to is notice this, the wick right here. The first time the buyers stepped into the seller's range, like they didn't even last a full week and they got completely pushed out of that range. Explain this for a reason, so just kind of stick with me here. So this simply means that the market never spent more than a full week above the support line of this ascending channel, okay? The next thing that I do is I take another little circle and I put it over here and I say, okay, this is a little bit different. What happened was the buyers were actually successful in closing a weekly candle within the supply range, aka the seller's range. Not only did they close a weekly candle within the range, they actually opened higher on this red candle right here, January the 25th, 2021. But obviously, as a result, the market completely got pushed below that seller's range, we're just going to call it for now. It went back up, found resistance, and then of course it just went all the way back down to the buyer's range to basically where the demand zone is, okay? Now, I've explained that because within the next, I think we only need 2 weeks, because this is an active weekly candle right here. It's actually a reversal candle, so if the market does reverse here, that wouldn't be a shocker. But so far, this active weekly candle is printing a reversal candle. But you know what we do, right? We wait until the close. Okay, you can't assume how the candle is going to close before the actual close. So let the market close this weekly candle, and then we can assess what we are dealing with at the close of the weekly candle. That's why it's important to study candles, or however you're going to approach the market. I'm not sure if you use lines, but I use candles. Okay. It helps me. So again, this is a reversal candle. So within the next 2 weeks, because we've already seen that it did not last a week on this wick, it did not last more than 2 weeks on these 2 weekly candles. So right now we're going to get a weekly close on tomorrow's date. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow's date, there will be a weekly close. So the very next weekly candle is going to do one of 2 things. It's going to do exactly what this weekly candle did, January the 25th, or it will break through the top of this resistance line. Remember, I think I've explained this sometimes, but I just want to kind of reiterate this as much as possible, because when I look at charts, I am only looking for buyers and sellers. And I explain that because buyers have an obligation. Buyers have an obligation to protect a support, aka supply range right down here. The buyer's obligation is to not let the sellers compromise the price below this range. And they have been doing a wonderful job and protect. Sorry if that was too loud. A wonderful job starting back here September 14, 2020. They have been doing a wonderful job. You see that? Protecting this range, not allowing those sellers to break down below that range. Not only have the buyers have been doing an excellent job, the sellers have been doing an excellent job protecting the price from not breaking beyond this ascending seller's range so far. Okay, can that change next week? Absolutely. Am I bullish on the markets? We've already exited our positions. We're no longer bullish nor bearish on the markets. Okay, so this is not a recommendation for you to do anything in this market. I'm explaining this beautiful story. And if you see any price fluctuations that takes place on the next weekly candle, the only thing that you're going to look for, the lower range on next week on this seller's range. If you see any prices below $147, not wicks, you have to let the weekly candle close, okay? At $147, let's just call it $147, then that means that the market is getting rejected from this seller's range. And as it took place in the past, as the market did not close a full weekly candle, the only thing the market did was spend almost 2 weeks on this little circle right here within this range. It's simply going to repeat what has happened in the past from the 2 reference points that I just pointed out for you wonderful folks. So the next week, we're going to break through, or the market is just going to have too much of a supply within this range, and it's going to get rejected. The top of the range is going to be at about $151, $152. So just take note of that. So those are the 2 levels, guys, 147 and 152. I'm not sure if you're able to interpret that in a way for you to have it useful for you for an educational piece. I'm not sure, guys. So yeah, I know a lot of people look for me to say, hey, buy here or sell there. No, I have no clue where you need to buy or sell. But I do know this beautiful story intrigues me every single day of the week. And that's going to end out the video here, okay? In summary, I think the market is still bullish. I think the market will likely reach $150 either before the close of this week, which is tomorrow, or next week, at least a test or breach. $150, $151. I think the market is sufficiently supplied with the supply zone here from the buyers. The banks are moving the market, guys. If you want to bet against the banks, then I mean, that's fine. I mean, I can't tell you what to do, right? I'm no genius, guys. I'm just looking at candlesticks, okay? If I'm wrong, the comment section is open, and an appropriate thumb is available for your tapping pleasures, okay? All right, let's cut it out. Leave an appropriate thumb just below the video if you enjoyed the content. Leave a comment so that the YouTube algorithm can promote the video. If you're new, we cover the alternative markets, Bitcoin, altcoins. Kindly subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll send you that information when it is available, okay? All right, guys, thanks for listening to the end. I appreciate that. Take care of yourselves. Execute your strategies, not my strategy, okay? And we'll talk soon. Be kind, and bye for now.